US is alarmed. China is trying to make inroads into the United States front yard. Beijing has been trying to station its forces along the Atlantic coast of African countries, while Washington has been trying to counter its efforts with concessions. A Wall Street Journal report reveals the latest example is Gabon. The story goes back to August last year, when Ali Bongo, the then president of the Central African nation, admitted to a White House aide that he has promised China that it could station its military forces on Gabon's Atlantic Ocean coast. And alarmed by this incident, the US urged the president to retract the offer. But within weeks, Bongo was overthrown and US had to start fresh negotiations with the new junta leader. US and Gabonese officials are currently negotiating a defense cooperation agreement and have even discussed about American training to help Gabon secure its borders. Back in November, the White House also decided to have Gabon host this year's US-led West and Central African maritime exercises. Now, the US could also boost support for Gabon's efforts to preserve its rainforests, which cover almost 90% of the country. And next to Gabon is Equatorial Guinea. US officials have previously flagged China's efforts to build a base there, although Washington says that there are no signs of military construction at a Chinese-built deep-water commercial port, and there are fears in the Oval Office that Equatorial Guinea might allow the Chinese to establish a permanent presence in the country. And in a bid to help the African nation, US invited Equatorial Guinean military officials to observe American-led naval exercises and offered to help the country with anti-piracy operations. But there are concerns. There are concerns about accusations of corruption and money laundering against the president. And for the United States, China's presence in the Atlantic, especially a permanent base, is a serious threat to its security. And so far, the US is winning this battle, and no African country with an Atlantic base has signed a deal with China. Although Chinese companies have built around 100 commercial ports in Africa since 2000, only one port serves as a permanent base for Chinese ships and troops. The 7-year-old facility in Djibouti, the Chinese base, which is capable of docking an aircraft carrier and nuclear submarines, is located very near to the largest American base in Africa, Camp Lemonnier.